In today's video, I'm going to be reading some unhinged Reddit stories while playing Minecraft on my world. And before we start the video, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who commented, liked, and subscribed to my last video. It means a lot to me, so thank you guys for that. We're closing in on 500 subscribers. Feel free to subscribe and comment and everything like that. Okay, first Reddit story is called Gross Asian Massage Spa. I went to a massage spot in an island city in southeast Texas. Honestly, went in for a massage. During the massage, the Asian lady took my towel off and tossed it down by my feet. I don't get regular massages, so I don't know what's protocol. I thought, okay, I'm butt naked, but I'm face down. She massaged me that way, then told me to turn over. She massaged my front. She then started touching my dick. Oh, she motions to my four fingers and then did a jerk off motion. Yo, what? I took that to mean she'd whack me off for 40 bucks. I said, okay. Afterwards is the foul part. I get up, she straightens the sheet, folds the towel I had wrapped around me that she threw down to my feet after she took it off me. Totally had the room to set up for the next customer. I'm standing there naked watching her. I thought some guy's going to come in here and lay in my sweat and jizz. Oh my god. Then it hit me. Whose sweat and jizz was I laying on? I immediately went home and took a hot shower. I'm too grossed out to go back. Bro, what is going on there? That is disgusting. They should have that place checked. Oh my goodness. I don't have a lot to say about this, but I mean, whatever. Next story. I kissed a 70-year-old for 6K. I am 25 female. I met this 70-year-old rich man on a professional setting. At first, he was mentoring me about my industry. One time on my birthday, he got me a luxury bag, and that's when our relationship started to turn transactional. I met him on 7 occasions so far, and I would ask him for money for a problem. Then we would meet, and he would give me an envelope with the money. He asked me to meet privately, but I told him no. He gave me 6K and 2 luxury bags, 3K so far, and 2 times he French kissed me as a goodbye on the elevator. The first time I didn't expect it. I got shocked, and afterwards I wanted to vomit. It was too wet and too much saliva, just as I expected an old man mouth would taste. The money is too good, but I'm afraid of creating trauma on my brain. Am I exaggerating? Should I continue meeting him for the money? What should I do? What should you do? You should continue so you get 6K. I mean, that's at least what I would do, but I'm not her. You guys don't understand. The amount of stuff I would do for 6K is crazy. Next story. I made counterfeit homework passes. I was a crafty kid. As such, I had access to your standard crafty kid collectibles. Markers, felt, colored paper. The colored paper part will be of importance later. I went to a semi-challenging school in the 90s. Excuses for missing homework were not accepted. I famously caught my homework on fire in 1st grade, and even with the accompanying "sorry, my kid is a dumbass" mom note, it didn't fly and I had to redo it. Anyways, our one saving grace was homework passes. Those things were childhood gold. No questions, no disappointed looks, just one beautifully excused assignment. Easy points. Best save for difficult homework where you'd just as soon take a pass. Well, I had one. 2 in fact. We each got assigned 2 per semester, and they could be awarded for various things, winning in a spelling bee, blah blah blah. So there wasn't a solid record of them. You had one or you didn't. Looking at it, I started to think, gosh, the artwork on this looks like clip art. So I go on Microsoft Word, and sure enough, it's literally the first 2 school-related options available. So click, drag. Now, I'm looking at the rest of it, it's just text. Little me is thinking that if this adult didn't take the amazing opportunity to craft these with the appropriate amount of concern for the graphics, what are the odds they put any work into the rest of it? They didn't. The text was Comic Sans. Oh, the font, okay. I scanned the legitimately obtained homework passes into the computer and placed the text and images appropriately. Gleefully, I thought, what are the odds I have the same color printer paper? I had the exact same paper, color, weight, and the exact same pack. Well, I printed out about 50 of those suckers, used them whenever I thought I could get away with it, and no, I never got caught. Respect to him. I don't have a lot more to say to that. I mean, actually, in my school, we used to have that too, but it wasn't like printed. It was literally like customized by our teacher. So it was this one little piece of paper where the teacher wrote down homework pass, and she drew down her face as like an emoji. But yeah, we didn't have it printed, so I couldn't have cheated it, but hey, respect to that guy. Alright, the next story is titled, I, 27 male, dated my half-brother unknowingly. He thinks it's fine. My dad left me when I was a young kid. he had cheated a lot on my mom. I'm a B guy. When I was 18, I got with this guy, 27 at the time. We hooked up a few more times and then we started dating. His mother died when he was 17 and he never knew his dad. He looked after his sister, 2 years younger. We dated for 4 years until my dad made an appearance. He came back to die and for sympathy. He met my boyfriend and then told us that we should get DNA because he did sleep with his mother around that time. So we got DNA done and it turned out we were sweet home Alabama-ing it. Oh, we broke up utterly disgusted. We both have tried dating others, but there is this unexplainable draw to him. We have been drunk, kissed a few times. He said recently because we didn't grow up together, no one knows we are related and that we are both guys, so there's still no pregnancy risk and this is such a big deal if we go back together. And like my first thought was, yes, it is a big deal still, and I believe that, but there is a part of me that thinks he has a point. I don't know, man. I'm not qualified for this. I don't think it's... What is half-brother? Is that like... I don't want to say anything stupid, so I'm just gonna pass on this one. I don't think it's okay, though. I'm not entirely sure, though. Whatever. Gonna read the next story. I tricked my coworker into going home early so he would get fired instead of me. I thought I had landed my first job. I didn't have any experience, but they decided to give me a chance. However, after just a few days, I realized they had hired another guy too. Someone with 3 years of experience, and that whichever of us performed worse would get fired after 3 weeks. At that time, I was completely broke. The company was small, just 4 employees plus the 2 of us. One Friday, the 4 of them went out for lunch, leaving me and the other new guy behind. When we got back from our break, the office door was locked because the other 4 hadn't returned yet. My colleague made a joke saying that maybe they worked shorter hours on Friday. It was 12:30 p.m. I saw my chance and took it. I said, yeah, probably, let's go home. At first he didn't want to, but in the end he agreed. We walked to the bus stop, but right as the bus arrived, I told him I suddenly remembered I had to buy some groceries at the store next to the stop. As soon as his bus pulled away, I turned around and went straight back to the office. When the boss returned, he asked where the other guy was. I told him he had gone home because he thought we worked shorter hours on Fridays. In the end, he didn't get the job either. Dude, that is such a dick move. Oh my goodness, I hate this guy. Nah, I'd actually be so mad. I mean, I'm just mad reading this. This is such a dick move. But hey, come on, at least he didn't get the job either in the end, so he is still a pretty big loser for that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this guy. Next story. I cheated on my trans boyfriend with a toxic man. My boyfriend is a very sweet and supportive trans man, female to male. I got in a relationship with him soon after going through something difficult, and being with someone like him felt safe. But I'm feeling so guilty about some of the feelings I've been having recently. A lot of times I feel like I'm in a lesbian relationship and I start to crave being with a man, born male. Recently I did something horrible. I had sex with a man who I had known from before. This man is what people would call toxic, and it was because of him that I had the difficult experience before getting together with my boyfriend. He can be abusive, but none of that mattered to me. I feel so ashamed of what I did and how I've been feeling, but the more I keep it in, the stronger the feelings get. I am a very feminine woman, I've realized this, both in terms of my personality and my looks. I'm not sure if being with my boyfriend is the right thing for me. I really want to be supportive of him, but these days, in my mind, I can't help seeing him as more of a woman than a man, and wanting to be with a biological man instead. I mean, I get that she'd want to be with a, biological man or whatever, but I don't know, I always don't get the people who want to go back to, abusive relationships and, toxic, but, I mean, even the comment here is saying, get back with the guy you cheated with, you deserve each other, so... He also says, you are 2 toxic peas in a pod, which is true. I mean, I still don't get these types of people. Okay, the next story is titled, I Hate My Sister. He starts off by saying this might have a lot of grammar mistakes. Okay, let's see. I genuinely hate her. I know a lot of people say that, but I mean it. I'm 18, she's over 21. She asks me weird and sexual questions since I was around 13. I've told her how uncomfortable it makes me, but she never listens. When I was dating my ex-girlfriend at 15-16, she kept asking if I've had sex before, who's bottom top. I never did anything, and I kept asking her to stop. She always asks what I'm into, like kinks and stuff, and I tell her I don't want to answer and she ignores me. Recently, she's been telling everyone how much smut books I read. She's told her parents, friends, my friends. She always mentions to people that I only read spicy books, and always to my dad, and I can't remember why it's her business. And then she turns around and calls me prude. She cries to me about her problems like I'm supposed to fix it. She talks so badly about her parents and expects me to change everything. I'm moving to a different state for college, and one of the main reasons is my sister, but she decided she might want to live there too. She hates everything I like. If I like a show, she suddenly hates it. If something bad happens to her, we don't hear the end of it for weeks. Like, a person said a little thing, she'll tell everyone. I feel horrible for saying it, but I needed to get it off my chest. That's pretty weird from her. Also, the comments are mentioning that it's odd behavior. I don't have an older sister, so I can't confirm or deny if it's a normal behavior. She sounds weird by the things she's asking you as a 16-year-old. So yeah. Alright, so this is what the farm ended up looking in the end. I realized after building it that it was completely wrong, because yeah, I realized that the sugarcane doesn't phase through the mud unless the hopper is placed underneath it. So what I ended up doing is basically just leaving a hole. Right, let me show you. Basically leaving like a hole in between, like a space in between the mud, so everything falls down. And then yeah, this is a design I made. It's pretty cool. I built this all off camera in the end, but yeah, this is what it ended up looking. So yeah, those are all the Reddit stories I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much again for the last video. So please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, bye bye.